Today's project is going to be a hairband, and it's going to look something like this on top, and this is going to be the pattern, and I'm going to explain to you how to do this inside part, because I don't particularly like the edging of this pattern. It looks kind of messy. Anyways, so we're going to do this square part, and I'm going to show you how to read symbol patterns and how to do it yourself. And this is an open work pattern, so they only show you a small square and you're expected to repeat it as much as you want, lengthwise or height-wise. So I'm going to explain to you how to do that too. So let's zoom in on the pattern a bit so I can explain to you the symbols. So what we have here are two different patterns. Two different symbols. We have the plus signs and we have the chains. Again, we're ignoring the edging. Plus sign and the chains. And the plus sign, if you look at our little map, is single crochet, and the chain is a chain, and the dots are slip stitches. And the nice thing about this pattern is that everything is labeled. So not only do you have it color labeled, but you have it number labeled. So we have a row of chains on the bottom, and then this is our row 1, so we're going to go this way. And then there's our row 2, and we're going to go this way. And then there's our row 3, so we're going to go back and forth. I'm only going to be doing 4 rows because I'm using 4-ply yarn, so it's going to be a bit wider. But you can use any kind of yarn you want and any hook you want, which is why open work projects are so much fun. So let's start off. First thing you need to do is measure your head. And I've got this nice little measuring tape for tailors. But if you don't, you can just get a piece of yarn and measure around your head, and then once you do that, just put it on a regular ruler so you can see how long it is. So like if this is the head of the doll that you're doing, then you just measure this length on a ruler, and that's what we want to know. So my length came out to be about 20 inches. So what we're going to do is we're going to make 20 inches worth of chains, or however many chains you are. Put the yarn on your head when you're measuring like you're actually wearing a headband. So anyways, let's make our first set of chains. So I want you to make as much as you need. So let's start off with our slip knot. You can use purple yarn. It's easy to see. My hook is 3.75 millimeter, but as I said, doesn't really matter. You're going to decide how big you want it. So just like that, and I'll meet you at the end when you finish your length of chains. So here's my chain. I've made it 20 centimeters long, 20 inches long, which is the width of my head. And now if you look at the pattern, they want us to do another chain 3 here, and then another 2 chains. So what is this representing? If you look to the other side, this is a double crochet, and this is basically the mirror image. So this is chain 3 counting as a double crochet, and then you have the chain 2 and chain 2. So it's just a mirror image. So right now you have your desired length, just add another 5 chains. Alright, so we're not going to join, we're going to be working like it's a scarf or a rectangle. We're going to be working across it. Okay, so right now they want you to do a single crochet, chain 3, single crochet into this chain space. So we need to count back 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and work this in the 8th chain space. So let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can flip it over and work into this loop. This would make it look the nicest because it's going to be on the edge. So just put it under the 8th chain and do a single crochet, and then a chain 3, and then back into the same loop, another single crochet. Just like that. So this is our first set. So now they want us to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, chain 5. So we chain 5. You'll find that reading these symbol patterns is much like reading a map. If you know what the symbols mean, it's going to get very simple. You'll know exactly what to do. Okay, so we did our chain 5. Now they want us to do another set of single crochet, chain 3, single crochet. But we need to skip 1, 2, 3, 4 chains. So we have our chains here. So let's count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we're going to work into this one. Just like that. And do a single crochet, chain 3, and there's our second one. See how it's looking? Alright, and then they want us to chain 5 again. And they want you to skip 4 chains. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We skip that and work in the 5th one. And then another chain 3. And then back single crochet in the same loop. Just like that. So you can see it's looking like row 1, just like that. So I'm going to continue, and you're going to continue doing this all the way down to the end of the chain, and I'll meet you there. So I've almost finished my first round, or first row. That's what it looks like. Now I just wanted to show you how to end your row. So here, basically you want to pretend like there's a line in the middle, and you just keep repeating in the middle. This is the beginning, and this is the end. So the end, what they want you to do is they want you to end with a chain 2, and then a double crochet into a chain. That's where you skip 2. So you chain 2, and then you do it into the 3rd chain. So I've chained 2 here, and I have a little bit extra chains, which isn't a problem. I'm going to remove them later. And I'm going to double crochet into the 3rd chain. So just slip it under there, and just do a double crochet just like you normally would. And there you go, you've finished row 1. Okay, so now we're here at row 2. So right here what they have is there's a chain and there's a single crochet on top of this double crochet that we just did. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1 and then flip your work piece over, move everything to the other side, and then do a single crochet into this stitch, which is on top of the double crochet we just did. Okay, that's what it looks like. So I don't want you to get confused that we're looking at the pattern in this direction and we're working in this direction, because you always do crochet in this direction unless you're left-handed. So we've done this chain, we did the single crochet. Now we're going to do very similar, chain 5, and then single crochet, chain 3, single crochet into this chain loop space that we just created. So let's start with our chain 5. And then they want us to do it into this chain loop. Okay? Because if you look here, see, we skip the first one and then we do it into this next loop. This loop we're working in. So do single crochet into the center of the chain. So you don't have to, you could do it in the loop if you want, but I find that it's a little bit less messy if you do it into the center of the chain, and they've calculated the amount of chains so that you can do that. So just into the center of the chain, do your single crochet, chain 3, and then back into the same place, center of the chain. So just like that. Alright, then they want us to do another chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and then in the next loop, which is this one, we're going to do a single crochet, chain 3, single crochet. So, as I said, let's work into the top of the chain, just going through the center. Just like that. And then do another chain 5. So it's very repetitive. So do that all the way through on each of the chain loops. You're going to be working the same thing. And I'll meet you at the other side. I've almost finished row 2, and I have just to connect the end part now. Let's zoom in on the pattern. As you can see here, row 2 ends with chain 5 and then a single crochet into the first chain 3 we made. Okay, so I've done my chain 5 already. Now I'm going to show you how to count so that you can do your single crochet in the chain 3 space. So what you want to do is you go to the bottom row. So this part here is this here. So you want to count 2 chains back. So 1, 2, and then here you want to put your single crochet into that one. So just go into the center of that chain and do a single crochet. And that's it, you've finished your round 2. That's looking kind of nice, huh? So now we're going to do round 3, and round 3 is exactly like round 1. You do a chain 3 up, which is going to count as our double crochet, and then another chain 2, and then in the loops you're going to be working this group, and then chain 5, and there, and then chain 5, then the group, and continue all the way down. And I will show you just how to do one. So let's do our chain 5 first. Okay, and don't forget to flip your work. Okay, so we're here now, and they want us to do it in the first loop space. See, chain 5, first loop space is going to be in here. So we just want to go into the top part, just like that. Do a single crochet, chain 3, and then single crochet again, and then do another chain 5, and then in the next loop do a single crochet, chain 3, single crochet, and I'll meet you at the other side of row 3. So I'm just about to finish my row 3, and they want us to do a double crochet into the single crochet we made last time. So I'm just going to do that, double crochet. Got really fuzzy for some reason. Can this get any fuzzier? There we go. Double crochet, and we finished row 3. And preference wise, I want my rows to end this way, but you can continue and do as many rows as you want, but I'm going to show you how to end at row 3. And there's a difference between ending at row 3 and row 4, and I'll show you why. If you look at the pattern, alright, if you look at the pattern, we're ending on row 6, and then we are doing this, which is the ending. Okay, so if you end at row 6 or row 4 or row 2, it'll be the exact same thing. You're going to be doing this chain, which is like a double crochet, the chain 3, then you do a single crochet and chains in every loop. Now the difference is that if you want to do it, if you want to end on an odd number like row 5 or row 3, the outside is just going to be a single crochet, and then you're going to single crochet and then single crochet, single crochet, single crochet. Why? Because the black rows have double crochets on the sides and the blue rows have single crochets on the side. That's it. So I'm going to show you, all you do instead of a double crochet is a single crochet, or chain 1, single crochet on this side. So let's try that. Okay, so we're here. Let's chain 1 and do a single crochet, just like we would if we were starting row 4. Okay, and then we're going to chain 4. You see there are 4 chains at the top, not 5. Let's chain 4. And then we're just going to be doing a single crochet in each of the loops. So, and into this one. And then chain 4. To the next loop. 2, 3, 4, and into the next. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is what it's looking like, see? So we're finishing our rectangle. So I'll meet you at the other side. So now I've almost finished the hairband. I just want you to remember that you need to single crochet into the chain 3 space to end it, just like you would round 4. And that's it. So now I'm going to show you how to scrunch this together and make a chain so that you can tie it around your head. So what I did is I cut off a long tail. I made it 20 centimeters. And your 20 inches, and then you're just gonna pull your yarn up, and then this fastens it. And then what you're gonna do is get a needle. You're gonna get a needle, and you're going to thread it on and sort of stitch your way across through loops, just like this. Okay, so then you have it scrunched up a bit, and then you're going to pull it through. And this is going to be your ending part. Just going to scrunch up a bit here. And then what we're going to do is we're going to start making a chain. So, you can remove your needle, and what I think you should do is just put your hook into the center part of your hairband at the tip, anywhere. Find some little stitch to stick it through, just like this, and then just wrap it and start doing chains. So okay, so we have some chains. For the other side where we started, you might have some chains that we ignored. All you want to do is just sort of, it's like you're untying a knot. Just pull the yarn through the tail. And this way we will just unravel the last few chains from the behind. Just like that. So now it's flat on the end. And this end you can sew in later. But let's work on making this. So cut another strip of 20 inches or however long you want it. And then we're going to take your needle and sew it in. And leave an end so that you can sew that in later. And just scrunch up through the stitches. And leave an end long enough that you can sew it in after. If you want to get that tight, the tight edge, just make a little knot. And pull it so that it sticks. So it's like that. We're going to sew this in later, and then do the same thing. Make your chains, and then you'll be done. So here's the finished hairband, and this is how long it is. And that's it. You just, after you've sewn in all the ends, you can just wear it, tie it around your head, like so. And you have your hairband. I think it looks quite pretty. I hope you like it too. Thanks for watching. To learn more about crochet, get patterns, and get inspired, visit crochetpedia.blogspot.com and follow Crochetpedia on Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, and Pinterest.